Hey guys, Rich Nance. I'm the tech editor of Guns & Ammo Magazine, and we're at SHOT Show 2020. I'm in the Blackhawk booth, joined by Paul, who's going to tell us all about the Blackhawk T-Series holster.
Hey, thanks for having me. So this is the newest new holster direction for Blackhawk, if you will. This is it's definitely a new direction for us as far as we're running to that the thumb-driven nature of a holster.
Sure.
So getting away from the finger access and getting towards a thumb release. The benefit of that is it's really right around the master grip. So when you place your hand into the master grip on the weapon, you're going to release the weapon, and it's extremely intuitive. I mean, as soon as you place your hand in that high tang grip, you really seat your hand. You're 100% control of that weapon. And as soon as you then grasp the weapon, you're going to release all these mechanisms.
As a police officer, I can appreciate that. This is a duty-style holster.
It is.
And you don't want anything where you have to make more actions than you need to get the gun out of the holster.
You know, security has a lot of different definitions when it comes to retention. Ultimately, the holster has two jobs. One is to retain the pistol, right? The other is to give me the weapon when I need the weapon, right? So the fundamental is, rather than making you, as the administrator of the pistol, have to go through a bunch of different steps to try to get the pistol, I want to make sure that you have access to that weapon, because seconds in a gunfight matter, right?
Absolutely.
So we're seeing guys take a holster that they've been drawing for 20 years and switch over to this and reduce their draw time by a dramatic margin.
Because it's more intuitive. All they're doing is achieving the proper grip on the pistol.
Exactly. So even from a training aspect, now you're getting officers placed exactly where they need to be so that when they draw the weapon, they're in the right position to be able to then fire them.
And I noticed, Paul, that blue gun there has a simulated light on it.
It does.
So how are lights compatible with the T-Series holster?
Correct. So we run, we're really focusing on kind of the popular duty fits as far as that goes. And really, law enforcement is kind of heavy into the TLR-1-2 and family. So we really have been using a lot of the streamlined TLR-1-2 family with this. So we've got Glocks and SIGs. We're able to support the main families as far as 17s and 19s and the 250s and the 320s. And again, the other benefit here is we're keying in on the light, but we're not really as concerned as to different lengths of weapons. So if you want to run a 19 with a threaded barrel, or you want to run suppressor height sights or something like that, we're getting that configuration kind of adaptability, but keeping that light in there. So typically what we're finding is you're going to leave the light on, you're going to run that consistently, but you might vary some other aspects of the process a little bit more.
What is this going to retail for roughly?
So we start with the kind of the consumer grade version of this. When I say consumer grade, kind of that concealment style holster.
Duty style. Yeah.
It is a duty style holster. That's actually one of the key fundamental differences now with T-Series. Everything is duty rated. So we actually, with the Serpa, we got a kind of a bad rap, if you will, because people were using the Serpa CQC in a format that it might not have been designed for. That's an environment where you're taking a holster that was never designed to be on a duty belt and putting it on a duty belt. So we just said, fine, let's redesign these L2C holsters. So these L2C, your level 2 concealment holster. It's a little bit smaller holster. It's a lot like the CQC from the Serpa side.
Easier to conceal.
It's easier to conceal. You can put it under a sport coat. You can put it under a jacket. But you're still getting that duty level retention, right? So we've redesigned all of the mounts and all the platforms so that you get that duty level retention. So that when you do, if you're putting that in that duty environment and you get into a gun grab scenario, you're getting into that kind of hostile environment, you have the strength to say that it is a duty rated product.
Yeah, that's critical. I mean, this thing has to hold together when someone's tugging on it.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're protecting you guys, right? So at the end of the day, that's the key fundamental, is I want to make sure that this holster can live up to the environment that you're going to put it in. So that, we make sure we test the crap out of these so that at the end of the day, this thing can withstand and live up to that environment. One of the other benefits too is we're adding a liner to the inside. That liner is soft and supple, but it doesn't care about its environment nearly as much. So it's made from a material that's hydrophobic. It will never absorb water. It's not going to swell. It's not going to freeze. It doesn't care about operational environmental factors, if you will.
That high tech is important because I've had holsters with liners before. The gun tends to get caught up.
Exactly. You might fight with it a little too much, or it might delaminate on you, or you might find some issues there. The benefit here is you're not going to fight that, and it also gives you a quieter draw. So if you just listen to the holster, it's smoother. And especially once you really put the real gun in here, you get the weight of the gun. You really feel that butteriness that you get out of the draw. I mean, it's a fundamental difference. It's just a fundamental difference for Blackhawk.
It's effortless.
It's exactly that. It's the quickest drawing level 3 retention holster you're going to find on the market for sure.
There you have it, folks. The Blackhawk T-Series holster.